Hi Eva, how are you doing?
Hi Wiebke, it's so good to see you again.
You know what? I think it has been a while since we met, and that must have been 2020 when the European Commission published their chemical strategy for sustainability. And they talked about the safe and sustainable by design concept. And I recall there were other concepts from the OECD or World Business Council for Sustainable Developments. And also CEFIC was working on that file. Do you know by any chance what CEFIC did do since 2020?
Yes. So we have been putting in quite some work together with our experts from industry, and we have been identifying design principles in which we really strive to cover aspects of safety and sustainability that are crucial to the innovation process in order to get to ever safer and more sustainable chemicals, materials, but also processes. For us, these design principles that have been formulated that you should already include at the very early stages of the innovation process in industry, when you sit down, when you design your chemical, your material, your process, are really key to actually taking into consideration everything that is happening in the innovation process. And we, as CEFIC, with its network of experts, have been publishing two guidelines already, one in 2021 and one in 2022. And we are basically building this topic for industrial implementation.
But you seem to have published a third one very lately. I just found on the internet the latest report. Would you have any insights on that?
Yes. So, as said, we have sort of continued to build on the previous work. And in this one, we really look at the key factors that are of importance. For example, when you look at sustainability dimensions such as biodiversity loss, such as environmental aspects as greenhouse gas emissions, et cetera, that need to be taken into consideration already at the very early stages of an innovation process. What we also really find is that having these design principles is absolutely crucial for then also understanding which activities that you have to carry out, basically, which assessment steps that you have to carry out are best suited to which phases of the innovation process. And by sort of combining this knowledge from experts, but also the more theoretical concepts, we really create what we believe to be adaptable and hands-on advice as to how to proceed with safe and sustainable by design principles.
And then as next steps, I guess you have planned to spread the word about the report and then get companies to start testing the guidance, to individually assess to what extent this can be implemented in a practical way into existing innovation processes, and then start a conversation about what works well, what does not, to further improve.
Absolutely. We see this as a milestone on our journey towards these goals that we all have that support the Green Deal, that support the chemical strategy for sustainability. It has to be said very clearly, on the other hand, however, that there are still challenges ahead of us, and that is clear. When you look at this guidance, for example, but also other frameworks that are out there, it is really important, this is what industry sees, to keep these approaches implementable with the innovation processes that are going on. It is equally important, of course, to foster the understanding and the support of these concepts throughout the value chains, in the end, even up until the markets that they're going to serve. And of course, this means also that there is quite a bit of a change in mindset that is involved. Plus, all of this will need quite some efforts, quite some energy, but also funding.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying it is on the one hand an enabler to speed up the transformation, to ensure that chemicals can serve future needs of the society. But then in order to get there, we also need to have respective framework conditions that enable that transformation and implementation of the guidance.
Absolutely. At the core of all this, as much as we now have been talking about concepts and frameworks and enablers, however, remains the thought of this being a complete mindset shift and also, in principle, an enabler for innovation, a chance basically to also, and this is something that is important, to guide the innovation process.
Mm-hmm. Would you know any occasion where industry can meet, or also other stakeholders, to start that exchange on SSBD?
Yes, of course, there's a lot going on in the sphere, and we know this. But specifically, when we talk about also the bandwidth of approaches and principles that are out there, CEFIC is a strategic partner this year of the AGEMA, the world's biggest process engineering fair in Frankfurt. And we will contribute 14 sessions to different innovation stages on different topics. Amongst those 14, one on safe and sustainable by design, in which we actually ask the question whether this is a new approach or whether these are principles that have been established already and are in use in industry. And we will have representatives there from different backgrounds that also have presented different approaches to this. For example, the OECD, the European Commission. And we would be happy, of course, for all stakeholders interested to join us there to learn more and to discuss with us.
Excellent. So then I guess we will meet there again.
I'm looking forward to it.